Good morning, hi, hello, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. My name is Michaela, welcome back to my channel. This video today is going to be talking about my 2023 reading goals, so let's get into it. So this year, my book goal that I set on my Goodreads challenge is 23 books for the year 2023. And in the past 4 years that I've been in college, I just noticed that I haven't been hitting my reading goal, at all. I noticed that I've only ever gotten close to my reading goal was because I was adding my materials from my courses, like Ulysses. But adding stuff like that into my Goodreads challenge was the only reason I was getting anywhere close to what I was actually trying to accomplish. In 2020, I only read 7 out of 15 books. In 2021, only 3 out of 15, and in 2022, I only read 2 books out of my 15 book goal. Honestly though, if I could enter webtoons into my reading goal, I would have hit it multiple times. Let's be honest. All this to say, I haven't been hitting my reading goal at all. It's a little terrifying, and I'm gonna make this right. Now, the best way I've felt to get excited about reading again and get back on track is to start with a book unhaul. So that's what we're going to start with right now. So I'm super excited about getting rid of some of these just because I haven't reached for them in years. Some of them I don't really even know why I picked them up. But all of these, I'll go through some of them today, and there's a few more that I listed on my TikTok, but I'll also have those listed in my cards and in my bio below. So let's get into it. Okay, so to start, I'm getting rid of my Twilight set. This was gifted to me by my aunt, actually. I can't remember when she gave them to me. I feel like I was like maybe 15, 16 and I was starting to build my library. But the reason I'm getting rid of it is because I never read Twilight actually in my life. I've seen the movies multiple times. But I've never actually read the books. Before I give it away, I want to read it. So I'm going to try and go through that entire series. So those 4 books are actually on my TBR. I know there's a lot of discourse on TikTok about the literature of Twilight, and I saw a couple papers, critical papers about Twilight, so I'm going to try and read as critically as I can through it, and also read those papers before I get rid of it, just so I could say I've read it. There are a couple mainstream books that I've never touched before in my life, so that's one of them. And I just want to say at least I've read it before I get rid of them, Okay, the next one is this giant copy of Les Mis. Now, if you ask me why I have this, I can only answer with I was obsessed with Les Mis for about 2 years of my life. I bought this when I was 14 because I thought to myself, if I could read this version, I would rule the world. I would conquer the world. That's, in my mind, what I was thinking. So I literally don't even know why I bought this. I have no idea. But I have no plans to read this version. I have another version that's condensed. Yeah. If you want this, let me know. Okay, next one up is Rumble by Ellen Hopkins. I've read a lot of Ellen Hopkins books. I've actually not touched this one yet, so I think I'm also going to try and read this before I list it. But yeah, I just never found myself reaching for it. I've read pretty much all of her other books up until this one. So, okay, the next one is This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith. I've read her other one, something True Love at First Sight, something like that. I can't remember the name of the title right now, but I read that one. It was pretty good. I think I read it when I was like 17, 18. I read it when I was in high school. I can't remember exactly what it was about. Okay, and the last book that I'm going to be talking about today is Funny Girl by Nick Hornby. I've read About a Boy. I love that book. I just, again, haven't felt myself reaching for this one. I'm sure it's really good. I love his writing. I also might try and read this one before I list it. But yeah, those are all the books that I will be putting on my Pango Books account. If you don't know what Pango Books app is, it's basically just a reselling app for books. If that's something you'd be interested in, I'll have it linked down below, and I'll also have it linked in the cards. So check that out. Okay, so now those books are off my shelf, and I've determined that some of them will be in my TBR, so I have to update that in my Notion. I have a book Notion that I've created over the past week and a half, I want to say. I did a lot of research on different ways that people have been tracking their books, and I chose one. I'll try and link down below where I got this template from. It's another YouTuber on here. Her template was very simple and easy to use, and I really liked it. I thought it would work for me, so then I just added it into my Notion. So now I'll take you through that now. Here we are. This is my book Notion. Forgive the glare, I can't really screen record, so this is like the best setup that I have right now. But I just have this simple book tracker. First is basically a digitized library of every book that I own, and then I have a master book tracker which has every book that I own along with every book that I've ever read. So some of them I've read and don't own, so that's why I have two separate lists. So I've already removed all the books that I took off of my shelf, and I've just checked off if it was on my shelf or if it wasn't on my shelf, or if I read it. So some of these I haven't read or didn't plan to finish, and I just marked it DNF, and I marked it that I took it off my shelf. I know some people may be wondering, why are you starting in February? Well, I wanted to start in February because I wanted to give myself time to reorganize my bookshelf and my TBR before I go headfirst back into reading, because I didn't want to burn myself out and not hit another reading goal.